there are certain things that you realize after you change. A lot of things seem very different after you change. I say this because a lot of us dudes, we get with someone who wasn't the norm. We got with someone who wasn't the normal person. You feel me? Now, did you choose your soulmate? Probably. And the reason I say this is because your soulmate will come back twice. Okay? Your soulmate will come back twice. God will take you away from the good that you have right now because you need to change. Because you need to change. Not because of A, B, and C or other people. No, you need to change. And for me, as a dude who started going to therapy because of his relationship, and he always thought that, therapy was for weaker people, this and that. That was me. Now, I encourage therapy. I push therapy. I tell therapy. I'm like, yo, do it. Lean in. Lean in. Lean in. The reason I say that is because the person who is trying to figure out whether you are worth it, is the person who has been trying to figure it out for you for the last 2 years or 3, however long it's been. They've been trying to figure it out step by step, and when they wanted to leave, they didn't leave. They had a break, they had this, and they never could leave. And the thing is now, they're willing to do therapy with you. Even though you guys are at a halt at the relationship, it doesn't mean that it's over. God doesn't take things away like that. What God does, God sits there, and He'll put you in that relationship, and He'll make sure that you feel what that person feels. He'll make sure that you feel what that person feels. Men don't talk about this. Men don't talk about this, and this is what I'm about. This is the part we don't talk about. Is that before the change, you weren't a human. You weren't okay. You weren't there. You weren't 100%. And it's not your fault. It's not your fault. Why is it not our fault? It's not our fault because we've never experienced true love. We've never experienced certain things. So we choose. We choose to act out. We choose to act normal. We choose to try to bring in the dirt from the outside into the house. We try that. Right? It doesn't work that way, guys. For me, it was very different. The person who's in love with me is going through a battle where she is now asking herself, is this what I want for the rest of my life? Or is this my soulmate? There's one of 3 things that a man can do in this situation. It's very simple. 1, you stick around, you wait the time, you guys talk to other people, keep in contact. Cool. 2, you completely cut each other off. But keep one line of contact open just in case. I promise you he's going to bring you back to that person no matter what. Why? Because it's happening to me. I can't sit here and say that I got the best relationship. I can't sit here and tell you that I'm the best person on earth. But I can sit here and tell you my experiences before and after therapy. That's the only thing I could really do for y'all. I gotta shave. When you're in that period where change is available, but is restricted to certain conversations, men don't know how to sew up out of that. Certain men don't know how to sew up out of that. And I'm not saying that every dude's the same or not, this and that. There is a pattern. There's a pattern. Men who didn't have either their father or their mother in their lives don't know what it is to have a relationship. Then you have people like me whose parents have been together for decades, and they are making everything work, you know what I'm saying? Doing the up and downs, And when you come from an upbringing like that, where you can see someone be together 45 years together because they made it work, they put aside all their differences, and they said, "This is the life I want with you." It wasn't all fun and games. It wasn't all easy for them. And I spoke to my dad after like my first therapy session. I remember this was back in, I want to say September of 25. My first therapy session, my therapist got to know me a little bit, and then he asked me, "Why am I here?" And I told him the truth. I told him that I feel like I am useless. I feel like, I could do better. I feel like I can, upbring my family. I feel like, but there's also times where I feel like I don't want to breathe. There's times where I want to disappear. There's times where I don't feel like I'm okay. And those times were because of insecurities and past trauma. So when I tell you that, I can only tell you the experiences that I've had in between those bad moments and the greatest moments that I'm experiencing right now. That's all I can tell you. But when I had that conversation with my father after that therapy session, he gave me a hug and he was like, "I never thought you would go to therapy." He teared up because his life, he didn't raise me the way he was raised. You know what I'm saying? Some of our fathers don't do that. So, my dad, he told me all the time, "Your grandfather had nobody, but you got me. I might not be everybody, but you got me. I'm your father, you're my son. I got your back, and I'm proud of." What he said is, "I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for going to therapy and understanding that talking helps." When he told me that, I was a little bit upset because he could have sent me down months ago before I imploded. He could have told me that months ago before I fucked up my relationship. But guess what? God doesn't make people speak when they need to. They only speak when He needs them to. If that makes sense. God will make people speak only when He needs them to. So I can't be mad at my father for, you know what I'm saying? But if I would have started therapy earlier, maybe my relationship would have been somewhere else. But realistically speaking, at this point in time, I know that I'm going to be okay. It's not a cycle. I'm not a washing machine. I'm saying, men, we're not washing machines. We are robots. We are robots with hearts that will give to the last drop, to the last beat for that person. Okay? But understand that you're not perfect. Understand that you need the therapy or someone to talk to. And no, not no friend that's a girl or this and that. Get professional help. Get professional help. Why do I say get professional help? Because there's no biasness in professional help. And that's what we need. We need things to not be biased. We need things to be normal and 100% down the middle. So if you guys can, try to talk to the other half. If you guys are going through it, if you guys are really going through it, therapy. If there's time for therapy, please. I promise you guys, it's worth it. The therapy is worth it. I tell you. Right now, I'm recording this at 7 a.m. Okay, 7 a.m. and I'm working already. This is what happens when you change. I never had this type of work ethic. But once I started going to therapy and I started seeing things a certain way, that was it. So I hope you guys have a beautiful afternoon, beautiful evening, beautiful week, a great Tuesday. I love you guys. Love, peace, skeet and cheese. We out. I'm dropping this episode today, so we are continuing the journey of therapy. Okay, stick tuned. Stick tuned or stay tuned. Which one sounds better? No, stay tuned.